of June. Sorry, brain fart. Yeah, sorry, June. I appreciate you guys, everyone coming in. We have 80 people in total, which is good. I would like to see more, but yeah. So we have people. We have a total of 80 people. Now for this meeting, I'm gonna be introducing some topics I needed to discuss about, and then from there, at the very end, like always, I open it up to discussions. If you guys like to talk or make any suggestions, or do you have any questions, all right? So as you guys may know, summer has started for most of us, and some are still in school. But lately, I have been seeing us growing as a community. Now, I believe it was yesterday, I'd seen 23 people in RTO, or I think it was believed today, in BC RTO, which is very good. Now, as I told you guys before, me, Bucky, and the department management, our goal is to have a huge like number in RTO in both RTOs. Now, I realize that BC guys, you guys like to RP more in BC, which is good, but we would like to see you guys both RP and LS and BC, since lately PSRP has been growing a lot, and well, we've been hitting high numbers in the queues. I believe last night we were like at a 60 queue, so stuff like that. You know, the whole PSRP community in general is growing. So appreciate you guys coming in and putting in your hours and actually representing the departments how they're supposed to be represented. But yeah, so this summer we're gonna probably make it the best summer that PSRP has ever had, especially within the LEO community. We're gonna start going and fixing any updates. If you guys would like to see anything happen, please suggest it. If anything's broken, like any lights, I believe our department heads have brought up the TRX and we fixed it. And I think there was like a new thing that Georgie had did in the change log regarding LEO. So stuff like that, little stuff like that, we improve on, and it makes the LEO community more better. So just be aware, this summer we're gonna start doing more events. I believe this coming up July, 4th of July. We're gonna have something special go on, so make sure that you guys tune in for 4th of July. I don't know if it's gonna be right on 4th of July, but somewhere near 4th of July, so we could celebrate 4th of July and with you guys before you guys do it with your families. But that's basically what to look forward to this summer. More events, host more giveaways for Elio if you guys would like, and stuff like that. So just be on the lookout for that as well. Another thing is I have noticed is RTO etiquette. It has somewhat improved, but what I had saw yesterday, I had joined BC RTO. No, I believe it was LS, one of those two RTOs I had joined. And well, RTO etiquette, you guys must make this aware to yourself that if you guys are ever speaking out of RTO, we have our LEO supervisors that now could give up write-ups. Okay, you guys got to be more careful on how you speak in RTO and how you use RTO, because RTO does have we need to keep it strict to the point where it's like you only do callouts and that's it. You don't be making any noises in there, or just keep it strict related to LEO. So if you don't have a call out, if you don't have anything like a 1011 or 1080, do not call it out. Just wait. That's one of the big things that we keep RTO clean at all times, because at the end of the day, people join as a six king and they see this and they don't enjoy it. They don't enjoy the RP because there's a lot of people talking RTO. So please keep it professional and strict, because at the end of the day, we have our LEO supervisors that could give out write-ups to any lower rank that is not a supervisor. And if you're a supervisor ever talking out of RTO, and I find out about it, you will have your LEO supervisor removed, okay? Because as a supervisor, you're supposed to know from right to wrong already, and you're not supposed to be talking out of RTO. So make sure that you guys put that thing in your head that if you talk out of RTO, most likely if I'm there, I'll give you a write-up, and if a supervisor there, a write-up as well. So just make sure you carry on that and you don't speak out of RTO, because I had said that many times, and well, it happens and people get in trouble for it. So just do not do that. Another thing is, lately I have discussed with my department heads, and well, we're gonna start. We've seen a bunch of officer reports come in here and there, and some are petty, and some are that have to be brought up to people's attentions. Now, if you guys are ever driving in opposite into traffic and we see it, that's gonna be an automatic strike. Okay, it doesn't matter what you're doing or whatever the reason may be. If you are driving in opposite lanes of traffic, you will get an instant strike for that. Okay, it's not gonna be a warning or it's not gonna be a write-up. It's gonna be a strike. So you gotta make yourself aware that whenever you're driving, that you actually are careful driving, okay? I don't want to see you guys recklessly driving. If I go into the server, I want to, I want people to experience the best art role play that there is within LEO, because some big servers, like the biggest 5M servers, they don't have good RP like we do, and well, that's one thing that we could progress in, which is being more better in our being more better within RPing with civs and interacting with civs. So that's why I need you guys to fix on more and interacting with civs and going to 911 calls. Not every 911 call is the best, but sometimes there's like people that FRP, which you just ignore, and sometimes people that actually want to RP and CAD and stuff like that. So if you guys ever encounter that, please RP with them and go with the RP. All right. So like I said, us department heads and department management, we're gonna be more strict on punishments like that, especially if you're a supervisor. It's gonna be the punishment is gonna be more lifted on you because you're a supervisor already. So that's basically the topics that I had to discuss in general over because what I've been seeing lately. But if Bucky wants to mention anything to you guys, Bucky.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't really have much to say. Tom summarized most of it, but I do have one thing. So, with punishments and RP. So, punishments obviously with more people in LEO, it's not going to be the greatest and it's not going to be strikeless or removeless or whatever. But I will say you guys are doing pretty good with keeping yourselves out of trouble. There's not too many officer reports. There's still a good hand few, but there is over 600, or there's over 600 LEO, so that is expected. And then lastly, RP. I know we kind of talk about this every time, but if you see, I know it's not really wanted, but if you do see one of us, I guess feel free to pull it. I mean, I don't know. That's more metagaming, but I guess I'm trying to say get yourself into some good RP scenes. Tom kind of already said that, but if you do see one of us, I mean, try to create a scene with us, cause I'm meeting management. Because we most likely give you a good scene. So that's all I got, Georgie.
Okay, so as you guys have seen in the recent update, I've been trying to put a big focus towards fixing stuff that's broken, and that has been towards the F5 menu. I know a lot of people have been complaining about, oh, I'm cuffed, I can't get uncuffed, and they had to relog. That was just because we had two different cuff commands, so we removed the old one, we put a better one in. The drag and the cuff, you won't see a huge difference, but it should be improved in terms of being more accurate. Now, in the future, we might have it so that when you press drag, it lets you select a person rather than just taking the closest person, but it should be a lot more accurate now that it's in game rather than what it was before. And also, but you just want to put a big emphasis on LEO going forward because this is the best time for everyone to get their hours, get active. And so we want to try and just improve the role play for you guys. And hopefully the queue being bigger helps that. You know, a lot of people who are coming to fail RP and do the other stuff, like they're not going to go wait in a 60, 70 person queue that you've seen every night. So maybe that helps. But we just want to continue putting an emphasis on the role play. And if you guys have suggestions on what you think should be improved or fixed within the LEO side of PSRP, let us know because that's something that I want to focus a lot more on is just fixing stuff that's broken. I know LEO Pack 4, or I think LEO Pack 5 or 4, the State 8 lights are broken. I need to get a brand new model for that. So that's been brought up a ton of times to me. And, you know, a lot of things like that we have to just fix and make sure that it's better because these are things that you would see in bigger servers that are already just handled. And I want to make sure that for a server this size, there's very little things that you can point out that are broken. So other than that, I hope that the new dispatch has been going well. That's something that I thought would make a big change within LEO roleplay is that you can now see calls that you can go to rather than just a notification coming up on your screen and disappearing. Now you can actually see the call itself. If it doesn't make a huge difference, then that was a waste of a ton of money. But hopefully that makes a big difference for you guys in the roleplay, so that you guys actually can go to your calls. But other than that, I'm good here.
Yeah, another thing is like some stuff like that, like dispatch, a new dispatch, like Georgie brought up. Things like that, if you guys want to suggest, you guys can. Like another thing that we can improve on is our panic tune. Before we used to have a panic tune where it would send you right to the location of the down officer. So like things like that can help benefit LEO. And honestly, JDO suggestion is always open. I know that one of the people that suggests a lot of things is Daniel, and me, department management, or Georgie, we always appoint to y'all. So if you guys have anything to suggest, such as like things like the dispatch, new things for like dispatch, like the 911 calls, or like the panic tune button, stuff like that, we'll focus on that. We'll most likely just stay away from like EUPs and stuff like that. I mean, vest is fine, but we already gotten enough EUPs for every department, so we're just trying to stay away from that and just focus more on like development stuff, like I said, like the 911 call and stuff like that. But for right now, like I said, I was going on growing as a community. I was looking through with Bucky on each department on how much you guys have, and right now BCSO seems to be leading the whole LEO community. Right now BCSO has 293 members as of right now. They have like the most people within the department. Second, it comes within SAST, which they have 222 at this point, and then LSPD has 200. And I go based off on your like the people that you guys have. I go and check all everybody's roles, and I minus the non-FTOs out of your department, and well, like I said, right now BCSO seems to be leading the LEO community. But congrats to BCSO on that. I don't want to glaze them too much, but like I said, the whole point of this is we're seeing me and Bucky and Georgie have seen a huge, impact that LEO has made. I mean, last summer it was yes, we released. I believe we released like a revamp last summer, but this summer, like I said, I want to try to make the best. We want to emphasize on LEO as much as we can, especially me, Bucky. Me and Bucky are gonna like try to take LEO to the next level, and hopefully we get there with our department heads helping us as well. But I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna open it to any suggestions or questions you guys have. Oh, and also FBI. FBI has been growing. I don't want to throw FBI out of the loop, but yeah, FBI. I've been seeing FBI as well, and they have been they have been progressing throughout the months. They're very new, so a department like that is very new. It's good to see right now. As right now, FBI has a total of FBI members in the department. They have 83 members as agents. So a big shout out and thanks to the 01 through 05 that actually tries to help benefit the department. So huge thanks to them also, and the huge thanks to the people that actually put in their hours for FBI. So just keep it up, FBI. You're gonna get there eventually. It needs time to be up there. Like the rest of the departments, it took time for them to be up there. Eventually, you'll be up there as well. But I'm gonna open it to suggestions and questions, and then we'll go from there.
Real quick as well, when you guys come up here, please don't suggest cars or vest or clothing. Like, we just added a bunch of vests, like Tom said, and that stuff was really big for SWAT and stuff. And I'm not really looking at adding another car right now. So, like, try to think of things that could help either improve the role play or that could be fixed or just make departments better as a whole. And also, a lot of people have been asking me about the whitelisted server. As of now, the whitelisted server was never going to be whitelisted. That was just an idea, and that server is still yet to be determined. So please don't keep asking me. I know a lot of people ask me every day, like, when's this coming? When's this coming? As of now, I'm very comfortable with what PSRP is at right now. We're hitting 70, 80 people in the queue. Like, I don't see a need for a second server right now. Although I get it. You guys get RDM to VDM a lot. Again, you guys pick where you roleplay on the map. Like, I can go to Vinewood and RP for an hour, and I don't get VDM to RDM at all. So I'm just saying, like, that's all that chatter from before. It was all an idea. So I don't want to put any more false thoughts in people's heads. I probably should have never brought it up in the first place, but then again, it was just an idea. So other than that, you guys can come up here.
Ghost.
So what I think, something that we need to fix is in the SAST for the subdivision info. We do not have a MBU SOP, which I think got deleted. So I want Georgie to fix that, or you, Tom. And another thing is, I think for like with department pre-commands, like I know like SAST to be a lieutenant colonel, which is pre-command. You have to be FTO. I think for all departments, I think you should be FTO to be pre-command because it would just make it better.
So really on that, we leave it up to the department heads. So like, for instance, SAST, I know that Jay and his department heads, how they run the department is, you must be an FTO to get that pre-command spot, aka they name it lieutenant colonels. Now for BCSO, sorry, for LSPD, I believe it's different where you don't have to be an FTO to get a pre-command spot. So it's really, we leave it up to the department heads because as department directors, we don't want to take over the power and overrun these department heads. The whole point of having department heads is so they could run their own department how they want. So like I said, it's really up to how the department heads want their pre-command to be and so forth.
I just want and about the MBU, can one of you add the SOP to it? Cause I was trying to do a what is it subdivision training today, and there was no MBU SOP in my department.
Yeah, we'll look at it. We'll look at that right now.
Okay.
Anything else?
No.
All right. Thank you. Danny.
I actually have two suggestions. So the first one is the F-150 on the back of it. There's like some lights that are broken. Like it's like in the bed, like two fish floating lights. I don't know if you've ever brought to your attention before.
Take a clip and put it in the server bugs, and we can look at that. I haven't seen that yet.
Okay. And then my other suggestion, I don't know if you had thought about this, but there's a script called I believe it's called Smart Taser. It's like a taser script where it like makes it a taser more realistic, like cartridge wise. It adds in like a flashlight and like a laser, and a safety and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen that. A lot of servers who have had that in the past have had issues with it just like bugging out and crashing games, so I haven't touched that at all. That's a really common script that we've seen a lot. So yeah, that's just a script that's kind of weird.
Okay, that's about it.
All right, thank you.
Walter.
Hi, so this kind of is for like the whole PSRP, but it mostly affects at least.
What
So,
was that?
you know when like someone knocks your hat off your head and you're like bald?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then you gotta respond your thing, right?
Correct.
And then you lose some of your guns. Is that
Guns?
fixable?
How do you lose your guns by
mean-
getting punched?
When you're respawning your pet, or
Well, yeah, you're not supposed to respawn your ped the same ped. When you respawn your ped, you have to switch to a different ped and then go back to that ped. I made a changelog about that when we fixed
Oh.
that issue. So you cannot
Uh,
respawn the same ped or else the guns will disappear. You
uh,
gotta spawn something else and then go back to that ped.
Alright.
But yeah, that's something that we could not fix at all when we coded the script. So yeah.
alright,
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Anything else?
yeah, so yeah, that's it. Thank you.
All right, Armani.
So I believe since you guys added in, that new cuff script or whatever Georgie said, not to be rude or anything, but when you cuff somebody and you start running with them, let's say you let them go, they're stuck running. So they have to do a F3 emote or something to get them unstuck. That's been new, so I don't know if you guys are looking into that or not. I just wanted to bring it to all you guys' attention.
You're the
Well-
first that I've heard say that, so just take a clip of it and put in the server bugs, and then I can take a look at the code and see if we can fix that. Because that's
yeah,
definitely
for
not
sure.
normal.
Yeah, I got you. That's all.
Perfect, thank you.
All right, Dangels. Dangel,
Um,
sorry.
So, one thing, like, with the new, drag script, I don't know if it's, like, on my part, like, maybe it's something, like, that I'm doing wrong, but, I sent you, like, 2 clips of it happening. So, I was taking a suspect to jail, and, like, my car just, like, started getting, like, possessed. It was, like, flipping, it was, like, moving on its own. I don't even know how to explain it, but I sent you a couple clips. I don't know if it's on my part, but, yeah, I was wondering if you could check them out.
You sent me clips?
I sent Tom clips of it. I
Oh.
sent him a couple of them.
Yeah, put it in the server bugs because that's where all issues should go in terms of like server development. Just send it in there, and then I look at those, and then if we can fix it, we just send it over to our devs, and then they take a look at that. So,
Alright,
just
gotcha.
take those same clips and post it there.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, and thank you.
Thank you. All right, Monsoon.
So as always, I got a bunch of stuff to ramble about. I'm no longer tax SWAT, so I wouldn't know, but do they still have the shot off?
Yeah.
Since we have like the new LEOAR, is it possible they could get like a heavier like shotgun for tax SWAT instead of
What?
the sawed off? For tax SWAT,
What does tax SWAT have now?
they had the sawed off.
That's like the only shotgun that was actually decent from GTA.
Well-
The only option would be to add a custom one, unless you have a better idea.
That's what I'm saying. Is since we have like the custom Glock now and the custom AR, I think it'd be cool if we got a custom shotty for them.
Is that shotgun attack SWAT not already insane? Like, what's bad about it?
It's just like kind of feels weird to have the sawed off as an LEO. It just doesn't really feel right. You know?
Well, yeah, I'd use the normal pump shotgun, but that gets replaced by the beanbag.
Exactly. That's why I'm suggesting like if we could get something similar to the normal pump shotgun as something custom, that'd be really cool.
I don't know. Sawn off is pretty heavy. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it just looks weird, yeah, but it's pretty fucking good at killing someone. So I don't know. We'll look into something, but as of now, I think what we have is pretty good for now.
Another thing. This is something I was talking about back in like March, along with the shotgun, was Signal 100. A lot of times we'll be having like something happening in RTO, like a 1099 will go out, something we have to respond to very quickly, and there'll be some dude trying to call it his 1011 or his 10-8. I feel like a lot of people don't understand what Signal 100 is, and like how that works and how to like hold your traffic. Like I feel like that's just lost on a lot of people. It's like, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, so way that I have entered a new thing where if you're a supervisor and you witness it, you could write that person up, that officer that's speaking out of RTO, like I was saying in the beginning of the meeting. If you're a witness and you're an LEO supervisor, you have the permission to write up that person and give them a 24-hour suspension due to either talking out of RTO or talking over people in RTO. That's like the best way you can handle that situation if you're an LEO supervisor.
Yeah, it's been a pretty widespread issue even amongst supervisors. People just typically don't know what Signal 100 means, as it's not taught in a lot of training schools. It used to not be, and I still have this problem in RTO to this day. So yeah, just wanted to wonder if there's anything we do about that.
Well, why would you need Signal 100 if you just go into a priority channel if there's an issue with like a priority? Like, why would you still be in regular RTO?
The hard thing about that is that we will sometimes have like an officer will be in a regular 1011 and we'll start getting shot at but not die. So, 1099. We don't always have time to tab out, go into Discord. Sometimes it's one of those situations where you just kind of gotta handle it. If you go into a prowl, it really breaks roleplay and it can slow down response times a lot and kill the scene. So sometimes you just kind of gotta fly off the handle and make it work. And it's really annoying when someone's trying to call it 10-8s and they don't understand what Signal 100 means.
Yeah, I get that. I'd say for now, I would just, instead of just saying Signal 11, just say hold all traffic in RTO. That's probably the best way to go about that because, I don't know, it's kind of impossible for us to get everyone to use Signal 100. Even if we made an announcement, it'd still be something that people have an issue with just because it isn't a common 10 code that we cover during trainings. And so, yeah, that's the best solution I can offer you for that.
Yeah, hopefully we can try and include that more in trainings at some point. Just because I feel like that's the most important 10 code we we don't go over. It's just like it's pretty important. It gets used decently frequently, but I never taught it myself when I was an FT. I don't know anyone who did. That's all for me.
All right. The fuck? Oh, sorry. All right. All right. Edge.
Hey, what's up, Tom?
What's up?
All right, so I want to go over something about public cops and all that. I had a report on public cop yesterday because he kept on like combat rolling and all that. Make sure you don't accidentally come back roll. If you come back roll on accident the first time, then that's fine. But if you keep doing it multiple times, saying it's an accident, I'm not gonna believe you. So. And I have one suggestion for PSRP. I don't know how many people brought this up, but there should be like a military roleplay type thing. I don't know how many people have brought that up, but yeah.
Yeah, we tried that with DHS. That was AIDS, so that won't ever happen again. People are too power hungry. Nobody knows how to do it right. And people who are like higher up in the spots are probably like people who are under 16, so they don't even know what the hell they're doing. So it's just a mess, honestly, because what RP or military people going to do? Like, the only people who have access to like bombs and shit are like management. So yeah, it's a lot harder for them to get RP, and when they do get RP, they're just going crazy on it. So.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And so that's all I got.
What was your first suggestion?
About the military?
You said something about public
combat roll.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a report a public cop yesterday about combat rolling. I'm not gonna say any names, but he's probably in here.
They don't have access.
Yeah, so yeah, make sure you don't combat roll. This is for every single department. Everybody that's in here, make sure you do not combat roll. If you do it the first time on accident, then that's okay. If you keep doing it multiple times, uh, you're gonna get what's it called? An officer report.
Yep.
And yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Okay.
Another thing is, guys, I'm gonna touch on that on public cop. If you guys ever encounter a public cop, and these goes for the lower ranks that are not supervisors, if you guys ever encounter them and they're doing something that they're not supposed to, just talk to them about it. And if they need to be removed, do not make an officer report, because us department heads and department management, we don't handle officer reports on public cops. We just remove their roles because they're not whitelisted LEO. So it's like it's just like a trial they're doing. So we don't take them as serious. So we just remove their role and tell them to reapply within the next, I say, 3 days or 7 days. But that's basically how we handle that public cops. And supervisors, you guys should know how to handle them as well. Just get them in the VC and just talk to them. If they don't listen, remove their public cop role. But yeah, Yusuf.
One thing that is with the dragging system, like the new dragging system, every time you drag someone that isn't cuffed, it cuffs you in the front, and when you undrag, you can't move, do anything. You're just like stuck there for a few minutes. That's
Yeah,
something I
flip
noticed.
it and put in server bugs, and I can take a look.
All right,
Thank you.
no problem.
Anything else? All right, Jay.
Right. So first thing I'd like to say is like at MRPD, like the wall at the side next to the gate, people can easily climb over that, spawn their car inside a PD, and start VDMing people.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part of the map. Again, I can't edit maps that are already pre-made, so I don't know. MRPD is a hit or miss always. You know, we love it and then we hate it because it's right next to Legion, but at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know, the best option is just to not be in the parking lot. Just lock the door, because those gates do lock, by the way, the ones that go underground into the parking lot. So just keep them locked, stay inside, and that's my best option. I mean, that parking lot, there's no wall, so it's not as good.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I could fix it, I would, but again, I didn't make the map, so.
Yeah, I
Is
understand.
that all?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
Walter, your ass was just up here, bro.
Woods.
Yeah. All right. So, my brother has a question for y'all about something different than mine, but he wanted me to ask it, but I don't want to ask it. I'm gonna let him ask it. But my question is I would like dash cams that actually work. Is there any way we could get something like that into the server?
Probably
Like-
not, because just telling you right off the bat, if a dash cam were to be coded, you would have to record, and then for the dash cam to actually work, functional, you'd have to save that data somewhere. So all that processing in the background in every single cop car is very heavy on the server. And when you have 280 people, you can't exactly put scripts like that in the server, because then you start to get people who crash, timeout. So that's a very heavy script that we're talking about, where it has to do all that processing in the background. So I would say no.
Yeah, I understand, because it's like that's what I've asked a lot of people that, like a lot of them can, like the management team. I was like, do y'all think like a dash cam would be good?
Honestly,
and a lot of
it would be cool to have, honestly, because it's like more within like it's more realistic. But like Georgie said, it's gonna make a huge impact within the server, causing it to like lag or whatever.
yeah, I understand that 100%. But yeah, that's really all I got to ask. But right now, I really think PSRP is growing, and I've been seeing a lot of progress in the last month or so since I've been on here, and I really like it.
Thank you for playing. Appreciate it.
Yep.
All right, Saint.
Alright, so I was gonna say one thing with like one
we're like in our department place in there. I actually got two things. Like so, like when we're in our Discord, and, we're chilling in our room, not our room, like our like the Discord things. We gotta calm down with the. I just want to say, like, can we like try something, like figure out something with the soundboard? Because I earlier today encountered something with somebody playing a really bad soundboard. I don't want to say names. I just don't want to say like.
An RTO?
No, not an RTO. In like the example, BCSO Discord, and we have all these like channels. Like the pre-command channel. I was in that with because one of the pre-command joined me. I don't want to say names. And I don't want to say exactly what happened because I don't like snitching on people, but like I just encountered a really bad soundboard, and it does happen a lot when people like play like very loud soundboards and like it gets annoying. But yeah, and my other thing is we should what is it called? We gotta so like I was doing one of my subdivision trainings a little earlier before this. And I was noticing something when I was trying to do my, like, I'm just trying to say out there, I was trying to do my SWAT, not tactical, sniper training, and I got my role, but, like, just for seeing something in my, I just can't use the sniper, it keeps saying restricted, and I refresh my game a lot.
Because you don't have the SWAT sniper role within the PSRP Discord. That FTO forgot to give it to you.
Okay, yeah, I'll talk to him when we get back after this. Yeah, thank you though.
And then your first point, like anything with those discords, that BCSO Discord, LSPD, SAST, like that's between the department heads. Like we don't control that stuff. So if they want to disable soundboards within those offices, they can. But that's kind of within their discords, not us. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. No problem.
Have a good one.
Also, C1 Baby was hacking.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Max.
Yeah. Right. Do you know how you were going on about RTO? I was thinking, do you know like you've got that dispatch system, but I was hoping, it's just a question, if you could possibly add a dispatch department so it can control the RTO so it's not as hectic and people can actually talk in RTO.
So, first of all, Max, we've great suggestion, but we've already had a dispatch system in the server, and it died within a month. So that would be something we probably won't add back because nobody wants to listen to dispatch whatsoever. We gave it a shot, and it died, and it didn't work. So, sorry, but that won't work.
The best alternative that I could do was create a script that was similar to it, and that's kind of what we have now in game. But again, like Tal said, no one wants to sit there. No one wants to do dispatch. No one wants to listen to dispatch. It's just, it doesn't work in a public server like this. It would work in a wireless server where people take RP way seriously, but PSRP's never been a super serious RP server. It's kind of light, kind of serious. So like, dispatch wouldn't really fit that stuff that you see in smaller servers.
Oh, okay. That's really it. That's all I wanted to just ask, but yeah.
Yep. Thank you. Jumper.
Okay, so I'd like I just want to see
Yo.
me and a couple other people. I just want to see
Bro, what's the suggestion?
like not really a map revamp, but just like new locations on the map, like
Shit.
kind of like real life stuff, like places that you can go to, kind of like because like there's like those like people to go to for like drug RP, like more of those. And I would like so do you know how like people have been finding a glitch where you can fly with your car, like if you fly like ramp off or something, and then you just like keep clicking respawn like over and over again, it just makes you fly. Just like so I was just thinking like can somebody like Georgie just make like if you it can respawn like 3 times, and then after that there's like a 10-second timer until you can respawn a different car again.
So that's been suggested before to put a timer, but the thing is like when a new player joins and they're trying to spawn in a car, if they have a 10-second timer between every single car that they're trying to find and spawn, they're probably going to get fed up and leave. So like that's been suggested, but it isn't something that would really work considering that we have hundreds of vehicles that people spawn left and right, just like testing, looking at. So yeah, that wouldn't work with what we have.
And I just have like one more thing. Is there like there's like people that sell like so like is there like any way that you can that people can like put up in like make a channel and you put up an ad for like in the Discord for like like say you're selling a personal or like a pet, like you put up an ad in there, and you can also put one in game, but you just like put one in there.
Like a channel for that stuff.
Yeah, just like a channel like set like personal pet like personal selling or pet selling or something like that.
Yeah, we got a channel up in your general chat. It's called Personal Trades, and everyone who has pets, cars, they just post it in there. If that's what you're talking about.
And I just like if anyone like in this call just like has anything that they don't want, like a pet, I'll buy it from you for like if it's cheap.
All right, I gotta let you go, bro. We can't be advertising in here. All right, but thank you for coming up, Jumper. I appreciate you. You have a good night.
You too.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Blaines.
Yeah, so first on, I had a question. I don't know if y'all remember like Miles' video of Guy to an LEO, like a long time ago. Do you guys know where I could find that?
Good luck. I don't know where that shit went.
Yeah, that shit was long ass time ago.
Yeah, it's gonna be in JDO Share Packs.
It's
He has it pinned.
also if you look up
Yeah.
on YouTube, Activia Miles.
Yeah.
Jesus. And second of all, about the CAD, it is getting very inaccurate now. And yeah, I don't know. Is there any way that we could get like a possible new CAD or try to revamp it?
What's wrong with the CAD? What would a new CAD benefit versus this CAD? You tell me.
I mean, I don't know, because the CAD, nobody's using it. From what I've seen, there's been hella people who doesn't use it.
I don't know
use
if
it
a
all
new
the
CAD would fix that though. I mean, I don't know. That's more of just like people not using the CAD, because even if we made a better CAD or we put a newer CAD in there, it would be cool for like the first week or two, just like this CAD was, and then people over time just don't use it. It's suggested to use it because it just makes your RP better, and I don't know. I feel like the same people who don't use the CAD are complaining about like the RP being stale and shit. We had Sonoran before back last summer. That's also when the server would time out like every day. So I don't know. The CAD is simple and it does the job. It isn't as in depth as other CADs that you see. And also, the people that are cops in the server don't necessarily have the skill set to use an advanced CAD. That's why we have such a simple CAD right now.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
That last quote, bro, that got me wild. I'm sorry.
All right. Any other suggestions?
No, that was all. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yo, Tad, don't do that shit again, bro.
All right, Florida.
I just wanted to say, hey Georgie, hey Tom.
Oh man.
Shit,
What's
what
good?
are you doing? Come on.
Hi, nice to meet you too.
Is it? Oh yeah, you do. Okay. It's kind of like something that is in LEO and also that's not. I have a script that I paid for, Georgie, and I know that you don't. I've already told you that I'll buy you like a few scripts.
Wait,
but you won't take
wait.
my money.
Wait, Florida. Is this about Elio?
Yes.
Oh, okay, my bad. All right, go on.
It's LEO scripts. Yes.
Yeah, my bad.
I bought a few scripts for LEO for you, Georgie. Wondering if you would take them because like some of them would definitely 100% benefit LEO.
I appreciate it, but I don't take scripts, and I could buy them, no problem. But like I just don't take scripts.
Money.
No, you
Come on,
can buy
please,
packs.
take my
Just buy
money.
packs, bro. I'm good. But yeah, I don't take
Okay.
scripts.
But yeah, like that, and also a lot of the cops inside LEO. When I joined LEO again, because I've been playing this for like a year, but I rejoined. I see a lot of cops now just sit there and like really don't RP as much, if that kind of makes sense. Like they really just sit there.
Yeah, I mean that's something that we don't want happening, but then again, it's like what can we do? We can make announcements, we can make meetings, but then people still are going to do what they want. So like, I don't know. It's hard to get people to do more. I think the best option from a perspective of management is just making better role play scenes for them. That's the best thing to get them engaged, because a lot of the times they don't get the best role play scenes. And now one calls you see are from cert civs who have completed an application and then they're making out one calls. So like, people want to see better scenes, and hopefully that gets them off their ass. But then again, like, it's very hard for us to do much about it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, like it's like that too. But like a lot of them like sit there, and there are good RP scenes like happening. A lot of them just sit there and like try like farm hours. Like I kind of was like thinking for like a while, like maybe like you can make a script, or I can make a script for you, but you probably wouldn't allow me to do that. But if you could like somehow like find a script that would like, if they like just like stay in like the same spot for like way too long, it kind of like kicks them off duty. If that kind of makes sense. And like, and if they stay on deafen too long, and if they stay deafen too long in RTO, it like kicks them out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Once we start being really picky with it, it just makes RTO, I don't know, makes RTO boring. And, Discord has its own AFK system, so people are there, like, not even at their keyboard. But then again, like, if we start being really picky at people being on the side of the road not doing anything, they could be running radar or whatever, it just gets really, really hard for people to even get on duty. So, like, we try our best to not be super aggressive on it, but not super light on it. We kind of try to give it in between on that, but like I said, it's very hard to make it perfect. I don't know. People are farming hours. There's so many cops. There's hundreds of cops on the server. We can't just like catch them all. You know what I mean? It's just like with all the cops who don't properly use their weapons or don't properly drive. Like there's so many people who do it, but we can't catch them all. So I don't know. If you see someone doing it, just report them. But it's hard.
I have one more idea for like a script. It's like a take hostage script. It's like a script for like, this would help benefit RP for LEO. It's like a command for like civs. If you have if you just have like a regular pistol or like the Glock.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop you right here. We already got it scheduled for dev work for enhanced civ, so that's coming in enhanced civilian.
Here's the thing, George. Like, no offense, but a lot of people don't have like $25.
Then don't complain. Shit.
That's on them, bro. If you want it, then you gotta pay for it.
If you want special shit, it's gonna cost. That's how it works.
Got your money up, not your funny up.
All love, bro, but that could be said about anything in the server.
Yup.
Shit, just went in a giveaway. Alright, Zay, you can go next.
Alright, so this is one bug with the drag system, is when you drag a person, and you try to like, if you like push a vehicle, like you brush up against the vehicle a little too much, it can like make the vehicle move like very far or fly very far. And now I have it on clip.
Glitch out.
Yeah, like
yeah, I
if you
saw
push
that.
against the vehicle just like it will move as if you were pushing it with a car.
Yeah, someone sent me a clip of it, so I still gotta investigate that. But yeah, that's something that we know about.
Yeah, then when like if you see somebody in the car, sometimes they can get out somehow. They can keep getting out the vehicle, and it's like hard to, like, roleplay.
Yeah. I know why that does that, because the old cuffing and dragging made it so you couldn't get out, but now we put a new system in, so the old one is still looking for the old ones. Yeah, I can fix that. I completely forgot about that. Thank you for suggesting that. Jeet.
So I just have like two very minor things that I think can like help a little bit. Number one, I think LSPD should get a SWAT sniper uniform. They might already have one, I'm not sure, but it's not in the SWAT like the information. And also, I think that that the main training / like every like training room for FTOs, they should disable soundboard.
Yeah, we can disable soundboards and stuff to get to that. And then for the SWAT sniper uniform, that's something that you got to talk with your heads about. We can't do much, but yeah, that if there's no uniform for that, then make a suggestion within the LSPD Discord, and one of those heads can take a look.
All right, thank you for your time.
No problem. Thank you. Okay, CG,
Yeah, hello.
what's going on?
I was gonna say, I think this would be a good idea to have like a tool that could, when you're pulling over somebody and you're on like a 1011, you can't even really give them a ticket, as far as I know, or anything. I was thinking it could be so basic that just something pops up on the screen that they've got a ticket, but it would make it more realistic if we at least had something that could give them a ticket.
So if they're in the CAD, then yes, you can give them a ticket. But if they're not in the CAD, then you kind of have to just RP it out with /me. So let's say you pull me over and I'm in the CAD, then yeah, you can go write a ticket. You can go put what they did. You can go put like the miles per hour they did. So like, when they're in the CAD, there's a lot more stuff you can do. So there already is a system, but there's no system in game that like tells them they got a ticket. So the best thing you got to tell them is like, you'll see it on your record. Just kind of RPing that out. Like you got a ticket today, you'll see it on your record. And stuff like that. That's the best way I can explain it, because if they're not in the CAD, you're kind of just, there's not much you can do.
Right, and I have something else. I have 2 other things, but I think that on the LEO pack cars, I know it might be hard, but I think it would be way more realistic if we had liveries. I mean, if you guys, I would take the time to actually make a livery. If I could download a client to. I'm pretty good at designing, so I could possibly make y'all some liveries for any LEO. But I think it would be nice to have some liveries on like LEO pack car.
Yeah, that's been suggested in the past, and the reason why we don't do that is because when people buy LEO packs, they want to have the unmarked cars. They don't want to have cars that already have liveries, because that's what you already have in your patrol cars. So the LEO packs make it different, and also with the LEO pack cars, we want to make sure that we know if someone's driving an LEO pack car. That way it makes, easier to remove a pack if someone's abusing it or whatever the case is. And so that's what makes LEO packs special. They don't have liveries. They're unmarked. People can run different colors. And if we add liveries and it starts to kind of mix in with patrol cars, which we don't want. We want LEO pack cars to be different than patrol cars, if that makes sense.
Right.
So that's the reason behind that.
My last thing was there's a guy who suggested that we have like dash cams, and you were saying that the footage would be too hard to take all in. But I was thinking you could have maybe a system where the dash cam doesn't run until you make it start. Like we can if you press K, it automatically starts running. You have something where it starts to actually film, and then you could have it where when you stop filming, you have maybe, let's say, 10 minutes to actually review the film before it auto deletes, like some actual cameras in real life where it auto deletes films sometimes. So you could maybe get like something that could at least auto delete some video footage so it doesn't lag up the server.
Yeah, and those are great ideas, but the way that I look at stuff before I add it is how much of an impact is it going to make for the roleplay. Like dash cams, I guarantee you 2 weeks after it's added, people are just going to forget about it. Like it isn't something that's going to consistently be used every single day, and it would make the server laggier. And also, like, for example, like the dispatch system I had, this is a great example. That was something that we spent a lot of money and time on, and it's used every single day. Everyone's using it to go to calls. So that's stuff that's worth putting our time towards versus like, a dash cam. Like, okay, how many times out of the day are you really going to use it? Once, twice. So that's something that I personally wouldn't think that make a big impact. And I don't think it'd be worth putting our time and efforts towards it when we can put our time and efforts towards like other things. Because you got to remember, once stuff is kind of suggested and we want to do it, we can't just like do it all. We have to focus on one, and then we focus on one that takes time. And so, yeah, that's stuff that I personally look at is how much of an impact is it going to have on the, for the role play of the server.
Alright, thanks. That's all.
Okay. Good ideas, by the way. I like those ideas. Really good job.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thanks. All right, we'll do a few more, and then that will be it. We're about an hour in, so we'll do like 5 more, and then we'll end this off. Aiden, you can go first.
Okay. I had a question about the cuffing. So, is there an easier way to cuff instead of opening up your F5 menu?
No, there's not.
So, I'm not trying to like advertise. I'm just saying in another server I play in, it's a shift and up arrow to cuff and like shift down arrow to decuff. I was wondering if there's like a way you guys could add something easier to do, because on the office there's kind of hard if you're trying to cuff someone and they might pull out a gun in that time that you select the F5 menu.
People are
LES
saying
will
you
box.
can bind it in JDO
You
demo.
can?
Yeah, Jane says you can bind it, so I'd ask him.
Who's that again? James?
1King01, P.J. He says you can bind it,
Okay.
or just use the /cuff command. But yeah,
Alright, thank you so
I
much.
DM him.
Alright, thank you guys.
Yep, thank him.
Bye.
Tinker?
Yes. Do you guys have a money making system coming into play? Like, where as if like you guys are gonna implement jobs and to where there is actual progression other than just role play. Like as I'm sure you guys know about oh, let's say for instance, like I watch a bunch of RP. This is my first RP server. My brother that was in here earlier, Woods, he's the one that told me to get on here and begged me so desperately. And I actually like role play. I find it very, very fun. I just feel like I want the virtual reality. If you guys are trying to bring virtual reality to reality, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't like half-ass it in terms of like there's no money making system. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to jump on the server and be all like, okay, like today I gotta sell so and so cars, or today, right? I gotta um get my production and get a good yield, or like, you know what I'm saying, corrupt ways of making money as well as legal ways. And now as well, I'm gonna let you guys cover that, and I got another question for you.
So yeah, that's a great question. So the reason, well, this is how FiveM works. There is no such thing as like money unless you're playing certain servers. And I'll give you an example of why that's the thing is because when you play FiveM, kind of like Minecraft, you get different types of servers you can play. We're a vMenu server, so vMenu means there's no money. You just spawn stuff in and you roleplay it out. There are other servers that do money, like NoPixel. They have money, they roleplay that out. We don't do that. That isn't something that we want to do because that isn't the goal that we did when we first started the server. I'd give you an example of a server that has tried that. SACRP, for example, they tried adding money into the server and they do vMenu. So they're like us, but they have money. Their server's fucking dead. They used to be one of the biggest servers in the world. So just for sakes of like comparing it to other servers, like we don't do money. It isn't something that we develop. We don't have developers that do that, nor do the players that play our server play for the money aspect. So there are other servers out there that you can play for money that have money in their server. You know, you're free to do that, but we don't have that. We don't plan on adding it for the time that the server will be up.
Okay, all right, fair enough. So let's say, all right, I'm not going to keep pressing this idea, but I think it's an idea that a lot of people would get behind, and then there's as well those that just like the roleplay perspective of the server, and that would completely disagree for something like that. Now, like, what if you was to make like, you guys know how you have applications and you can fill out applications for certain roles. So like, if you guys were to implement like a money making system in a job system, like you would have to actually sign up for that side of like the server, and that would be implemented because I know that there are permissions and like that are assigned to certain people. That's how, like, you know, behind the whole menu of how you guys hand things out, who can do what and what, like certain people can earn money, but the ones that actually want to have like progression, and then there are others that can just continue to play how they're playing the server. Does that make sense? And as well, like, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this out because I was saving this to see your input on that, but your input on that would have had to been yes. We are looking forward to implementing a money-making system, but like adding buildings as such, so people can save money and purchase these buildings, or maybe even lease them, for a certain period of time. And like, right, if you want a car dealership, or if you want to have like a clothing store to where you don't just actually get to pick your clothes, you have to go in and buy clothes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. And that's a great idea, but that isn't the server that we have. That's not our type of server. Okay, there are many servers out there that's like saying we should turn our server into like a gang only server. Like that's stuff that other servers do very well at. We don't do that. And honestly, I would not want to run the server if we had economy. Okay, I would not want to wake up and run the server and do it the way I do it if we had money in there, because it isn't this type of style that I like role playing with. So I as an owner don't like it, and I think that the people who have joined, the 50,000 plus, didn't join the server for money. And if people did want money, I mean, there are many other servers that have been doing it way longer than we have, and they do it very, very well. So if you want that type of role play, you're free to go try out other servers. Again, you can go play as a Civ in other servers. There's no rules against that, but we don't do that here, and we don't plan on doing it. But it's a great idea. It just isn't something that we offer here.
Fair enough. All right. Yeah. That'll be all. Thanks for summarizing that for me. Appreciate you.
No problem.
All right, I'm gonna disconnect now.
Now you are. PC, go ahead.
I think there should be a system for when you get blindfolded. I feel like there should be a button or a command to take the blindfold off if you do not consent, or
There
a
is.
system. Oh, there is. What is the command?
Did you read the change or the announcement? When you go up to someone who's blindfolded or zip tied, you press a button, when you're near them, there's a prompt, and it will take it off.
No, like not like that. When you're like someone is blindfolded, like yourself is blindfolded.
Oh, like
It
take it
should
off
be like
yourself?
yeah, there should be like a
Oh.
command or like if you want to get blindfolded, there should be like a thingy. You have to click a button to consent to get blindfolded, not just like abusing the commands and stuff. If you know what I mean. And like the
Yeah, I feel that, but I feel like people who buy Enhanced Civilian, if that's the option for the civilian to take it off and consent, then that's kind of no one's going to consent to that. No one wants to be blindfolded. No one wants to be zip tied. So then you take that option and you add it, and then people just won't buy the pack, and then people just won't be using it. So yeah, I mean, we don't really want to add that. I feel like that would just kind of go against what the pack is for. So yeah, that's just
yeah,
my
and
opinion.
I completely understand. Yeah, thanks for having me. So,
Yeah, no problem. It's a good idea though. Returns?
Hey, I got 4 questions to ask you.
All right, make them quick though.
Okay, that's fine. So one of them is, what should I do? Like this has happened to me like multiple times. So I'm in BCSCO, and there's always these people that like want to cop bait me, and I don't know like what to do. Because it gets annoying sometimes. You know what I mean? Like,
Let me ask you this: Where do you role play when that happens?
when that happens? Sometimes I do it in Sandy.
All right.
Sometimes I do it in the city, but.
Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna have to mute you while I'm talking because it echoes. But do not go in Sandy. Do not go in Legion. Do not go anywhere populated in the city. Okay. The way that you want to role play when you're LEO is to go away from where everyone else is. Try to go towards areas that are a little bit less people, like Vinewood, Mirror Park, Harmony, Grapeseed, Polito. Those areas you'll find a lot less people, which means a lot less RDM and VDM and a lot less cop baiters. So go up to those people. Go up to those places on the map. You'll find a lot less cop baiting. You'll find a lot less issues. And that's what I've made announcements on many, many times. Sometimes people choose to go RP and Sandy and Legion, but those are also where people find a lot of issues. So my opinion, if I was patrolling, stay out of those areas. Never go there. There's only problems found there.
Gotcha. So my second question is, it would be kind of cool if we had like tornadoes and tsunamis. That would be kind of cool if we had something like that.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I don't know if you guys like thought about doing something like that, but
Not with 280 people on the server, and the way that people play, their PCs can't handle it. So if we added that stuff, it'd be like super laggy. And plus, I don't even have scripts for that stuff. So yeah, that isn't something that, I mean, we don't even have weather. It's just sunny every day. So like a tsunami would probably not be the thing that we look into adding.
okay, so I got 2 last questions. I'll make them fast. So one of the questions I have is, we should have like jobs, like you know how like we have LEO jobs. Like I feel like civilians like should have like jobs or like any place like they would go on and they would like get paid in game to do like an actual job. I think that'd be kind of neat if we had something like that.
It would be neat, but we're not an economy server, so we cannot do those things. So the only form of a job is what you're doing now, is getting hours, ranking up, and getting more perks. That's the only way that we really implement jobs. But yeah, we don't look into adding money at all. So that was kind of what the last guy was talking about as well.
Okay, my last question is so in the LEO, I know we have like some weapons we can use. I feel like we should have like pepper spray. So if we want to like spray somebody, like they would like go down and they wouldn't come back up so quickly. Just like tasing somebody, like you know how you tase somebody and they stay down. I feel like we should have like pepper spray, and I think that'd be kind of cool if we had something like that.
Yeah, that was suggested a few times, but we decided to work on adding a stun grenade. That was something that we wanted to add, because pepper spray I feel like would be abused within every rank, and so what we added was a stun grenade, which seems more realistic for SWAT. So tactical SWAT gets stun grenades, and that's what keeps them down even more. So that's really our only option. Plus, a taser keeps you down very long, I would say. That's more than enough time to cuff and drag them, but yeah, the only option that we have right now is just a stun grenade, so pepper spray probably won't be something that we add.
Do you mind if I ask, what is that exactly? Stun grenade. What is that? Yeah.
So if they throw it inside a building or throw it towards a player, if the player is close to it, it will basically make their entire game flash. It'll ring. They cannot move. So that gives basically whoever threw it time to go inside without having to get shot or attacked. So they basically are just frozen, really. That's how that works.
Okay, so thanks on helping me, man. You guys have a good day, by the way. Take it easy.
Returns about the weather. If you get on at like 2 a.m., don't tell Georgie, but I make it cloudy sometimes, so you might get lucky with that. Don't tell Georgie though.
If you get on right now, it's actually raining. So
yo,
Siggy, go ahead.
Big J.
All right. Siggy, I cannot hear you, bro. Good talk. All right, Adams, you'll be the last one.
All right, yeah. I have a suggestion about LEO pulling over motorcycles. I've never seen it before, ever.
So what are you suggesting?
The LEO should pull over anybody if it's any vehicle, unless it's like unrealistic.
Well,
I think people
maybe,
just don't drive motorcycles that often. I think that's the issue.
Yeah, as I
well,
just said, I see a lot of people on them, and I just bought a personal from you, and that's out. But anyways, I never seen nobody get pulled over. I RP on my motorcycle driving the speed limit, and then I do a wheelie by accident, and they don't pull me over. So I'm not sure what's going on.
that's probably because every Civ on every dirt bike ever, EN sport bike, they always do the same thing, and then when they run, they crash, die, scene's done right then and there. Worthless scene, never ends up good. Just
Yeah,
saying.
so it's hard for cops to like understand, okay, you're gonna do a good scene or you're gonna do a bad scene. Like they don't know. So it happens so often that they just give up. And that's kind of just it is what it is in my opinion. So I don't know. I don't know. It's hard for us to kind of just make cops want to pull people over because it's some of the worst RP you can find in the servers pulling people over.
All right,
Plus,
and
you
I have
can't pivot over a bike.
Yeah, I have another suggestion about something with the Shift E to push a vehicle. Let's say I'm in a scene and he's gonna crash, and it's in the middle of the road in the way of everybody, and it tackles a fellow officer, a fellow civilian in the way. So is there any way I could change the keybind to that?
What is it again? You're tackling and then what happens?
The push vehicle to push the vehicle out the road.
Oh, that happens when you're near a car?
No, when I'm out of my car trying to push a crash vehicle to the side of the road, so it's not in the middle.
And there's someone near you, then you tackle them?
Yeah, like if they're far away, I'll still tackle them. I'm not sure what the problem with that is.
I don't know. I can look into it. It's hard because the server doesn't really know like what to do because they're both the same keybind.
Yeah,
So,
could
I
I
mean, it's
change
just like
the keybind for that?
dragging. No, those are set keybinds.
Okay.
Yeah, the push and the tackle are set keybinds because they're combos. So I don't think you can change those.
All right, well that's all. I appreciate
All
you.
right. Yep, no problem. All right, thank you everyone for attending. Tom is not here, so on this off for us, but thanks to Tom, Bucky, and Tal for attending. And if you guys want to hop on duty right now, Rain will be on for the next 30, 45 minutes. So great time for you guys to get on, use your Rain uniforms, and get some good RP. Again, please do not go to Sandy, Legion, Grove. Just stay away from there, okay? And if you do go there, do not call for staff whenever you get RDM'd or VDM'd. I'm telling you right now. You choose to go there, you're going to choose to face the consequences when Civs RDM and VDM you. So try to pick better places because that's where most of the good players are. They're probably not at Grove or Legion or Sandy. I guarantee you, Tal, Bucky, and Tom do not go to Legion, Grove, or Sandy. So if you want good RP, stay out of those areas and you'll find much better experience when playing the server. But other than that, hope you guys have a great night and we'll see you later.
Rock on, Cowboys.